And here we are. Here we go. I hope everyone's ready because I am always ready. I'm always ready to play tabletops, and you know it. So yes, welcome to our finale for Dark Matter: Conspiracy in the Stars. Before we get going, before we get started, I'm going to do one more round of mentioning a couple of important people who, well, people, I say, a couple of important names to look out for because they are our sponsors and we like them. We like them a lot. So first, obviously, Mage Press, sponsors for this because they are running the Kickstarter for the Dark Matter starter kit. If you back it, you will get to play this adventure, Conspiracy in the Stars. It is a wonderful adventure. We are only scratching the surface of what you can do with it. There are so many permutations and wonderful ways to play it. It's awesome. It's wonderful. Also, really, really cool people wrote it, so please back it, support it. With the level of support they've received already, there's going to be a whole mecha combat adventure. Do you have any idea how hyped I am? Because I am so hyped. So yes, go check it out, go back it, go support it. Following us today, one of our other sponsors is Helmgast, who bring us the tabletop game Cult Divinity Lost, which is a really wonderful, spooky, creepy, really messed up horror game. I cannot begin to tell you how much I love that one too, especially the artwork. Go check out Cult, and of course, obviously stick around after this. Watch the show. Obviously, it's a horror show, so, if that's your thing. We also love Modifius. Now, Modifius you may have heard of because they publish and create a ton of other RPGs. So you've got Tales from the Loop, Dishonored, the RPG, the Alien RPG, and of course Star Trek Adventures, of which we also have a show on this channel, usually on Thursdays, off this week, I believe. So, there's only one thing to say, Kapla. One day we'll find out what that means. Other shout out also to World Anvil, where you can basically build your own worlds on their website, as the name implies. It's great for organizing campaign notes, for basically just building cultures, descriptions, worlds. You can link things together. It's really, really great for keeping track of stuff. So yes, World Anvil, awesome. And that's pretty much it for what I say at the start. So then, let's have a whip round and say hello to all these fine folks. I'm going to go clockwise again because I always forget which way my camera is mirrored. So we will start off with Emilio, who is playing Jackson, the gnome gadgeteer. Hello, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. Really excited for today. Wish it wasn't the finale, but let's see what trouble we can get up to.
Yeah. We're going to get up to probably a lot of trouble, which is really the perfect time to mention Jen, aka Ryan.
What are you talking about? Trouble with me? I don't get up to no trouble. Fine. Hi, I'm Jen. I'm really excited. I'm also really sad that it's our last session, but I'm really excited to see what we do. And I'm just gonna keep Diller for my character forever, regardless of the fact that I'm not playing him in this anymore.
I mean, you gotta love a pet, don't you?
It's a foxadiller. It's a foxadiller. Gotta love it.
Yeah. Which, you're giving me the perfect segues here. Speaking of loving all things and such.
Yes.
Evan, aka Sebastian, aka Friendly Robot Dad.
Yeah, exactly. Robot Dad. Oh, I love it. Again, also sad that this is coming to the end. It's gone by so quickly. It's just whizzed by, and here we are, hoping that we can save the day. I hope it definitely going to protect Foxadilla. little Dilla. When are you ever going to come across something like that ever again? And yeah, hoping just to get into it. Hoping there's no casualties. Last time I healed someone and then that person got splattered like almost instantly. So I'm going to try the best to keep the party in tip-top shape. But looking at Di's face, she might have other plans.
I have said nothing. I have done nothing.
Your face said it all. It's fine.
So, yeah, another perfect segue. Faces that say it all. Celeste, you have a very expressive face. It tells us all we need to know. It tells us that you are lovely and we're excited. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing absolutely fantastic. I, for one, can't wait for this thing to end. Not because I don't want to keep playing, but because every ending is a new beginning. I can't wait. Oh, it's going to be so much fun.
There's that motivational poster content that we were waiting for. And going back around, I wish I had saved the whole speaking of trouble, let's turn to you for this one, but honestly, Bailey, Gina, well, Bailey playing Gina, our Tuxedo Cat Gunslinger. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm excited that we're going to have a great show, that we have had so many good shows so far. I'm a little disappointed that we're ending, but hey, we're having a chance here to make something great together, and it's going to be awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't take that risk, right? You don't want to make something that's not awesome, right? There could be consequences to that.
I'm pretty sure even if we tried to make something that's not awesome, we'd still end up making something awesome in the process. Like, look at this gang. How could it not?
It's a good gang.
Yeah, damn right. You should all feel just proud and happy. That's what's a compliment. We give compliments on this show. I also love everyone in the chat. I'm just going to say that. All of you in the chat, feel loved. And yes, hello, I'm Diane. I'm going to be running this. So, I'm ready. I'm hyped. I'm also sad it's the last one, but there will always be more games to play, and there will be Never mind, I'm not going to say what I said. That was something that got jumbled in my head. Word salad happened. The point is, there's so many games, and I want to play all of them, so it's probably a good thing to not play the same one forever. But yeah, maybe one day we'll jump back into this. For now, we are jumping back into our scenario. Last we left off, there was a high-speed chase. Well, first of all, a shootout, then a high-speed chase, or as high a speed as you can get on the hoverboards that you stole off the kids in exchange for a carbine rifle. Thanks, Gina. You're not driving up crime on Port Nomad at all.
Look, if anything, we're driving it down. Look, we got rid of Heliohorus. And now somebody new. A new face is going to be the face of the future, and they're going to get stuff done. I have full confidence in their ability to do something positive for their community. With guns.
There we go. That's the part that I was waiting for. But yes, the chase ended, of course, in Sir Heliohorus crashing badly enough to not survive this, and the rest of you making your way to the spaceport just in time to see a ship taking off and a dying guard telling you that Professor Oren Talfo Gogglefogger, whose name I will never get tired of saying, has been kidnapped and taken on board that ship. And that's where we pick up. With you standing in slightly on fire, slightly wrecked space of the spaceport. That was a sentence I just said. There's a couple of dead guards around, more guards are rushing in to try and figure out what the heck just happened, what's going on here, and what to do about the situation. As they're taking stock, what are the five of you doing?
I'm gonna look around at my companions and is anyone hurt? Anyone hurt?
Now that the adrenaline's worn off, Ampersand kind of like slumps against the wall, and you can tell that their form is having a hard time being humanoid.
Oh boy.
We need it. We need a ship. We need a ship. We need to go after them.
Don't look so well, Ampersand. Here, this won't hurt a bit, and I'll cure wounds. Eight hit points. Do you require more healing?
I require
that
more than
tiny
you might be
rover?
able to give right now. Don't worry. I will be fine. We need a ship. We need to go after the professor.
I mean, I have a few scratches here and there that don't feel so great, but if you're gonna run out of stuff, I should be okay.
Nope.
I agree though. Ship now, ship yesterday, ship like a year ago.
Well, we did pass the professor's ship, the Caliber, on the way here. I can heal you on the way to that if that's our plan.
I'm definitely all for stealing the professor's ship. That works for me. Anyone have an objection to that? Any moral problems?
I don't think
really
the
don't think
professor
it's
would have an
stealing.
objection. Gina has a point.
We're contract services, right? We're just carrying out our responsibilities. And sometimes
Correct.
that involves using the resources of our employers, right?
I mean, that makes
No,
total
just
sense to me.
With justifications
Absolutely.
like those, I'm surprised we are at odds as often as we are.
Sometimes they make sense, all right?
Sometimes.
Jackson is missing most of this conversation because he has been like looking through the wreckage and has found this one part that he was looking for this whole time. For months he's been scavenging ships and wrecks for this part, and you see him click it into the back part of his suit and push a little button, and these little jets come out and kind of propel him up in the air, and he floats over to the party.
Oh, impressive.
What were we talking about?
Ship stealing,
Borrowing.
borrowing, utilizing,
Borrowing.
Oh yeah, we gotta go
utilizing
get the
legitimate
professor.
like.
No, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that.
whatever it takes. The professor is our job.
I'll touch Ryan on the shoulder with a bright glowy appendage finger, and heal you for 10 hit points.
Ah, thank you. That feels a lot better. I appreciate that.
You are
Probably look a
welcome.
lot better too. Yes, fix my
I've
hair.
seen you look better.
Oh well.
We'll sort that
I
out
mean,
later.
now I look okay. I look at. Oh, all right. Maybe on the ship. Let's get on the ship. No one look at me too close.
Not terrible.
And as you're having this conversation, as you're talking amongst yourselves, the guards are slowly restoring order. You can hear the of fire extinguishers as what remains of the flames is being put out now. And yes, clearly in dark matter, the fire extinguishers work exactly like they do here. We'll just pretend that's the way. One of the guards, and going by the uniform, you can kind of tell that this is probably the most senior ranking one left, especially now that the chief of security is gone. Walks up to you, and she takes her helmet off. You can see like there's a scratch, a bit of blood leaking down across her face. From the features, you can see this is an elf. This is actually probably the elven lady. It's a bit hard to tell with uniforms, but probably the one who was in the gunfight with you. Walks over. You took care of things pretty well here, didn't you? Well, at least you saved some of us, most of us. And I've been told our chief is unavailable for further commanding?
Yes, he's dead.
Yes,
That was
let's be direct. No, that's fine, that's fine. We appreciate direct. It's just we don't want to upset civilians. Well, okay, you're hardly civilians, are you? Well, as far as I'm aware, you're here protecting the professor, or you were supposed to be. Now, unfortunately, none of us really managed to see what was coming with those NTO bastards, but guess there's only one thing left to do. She reaches into a pocket, pulls out a small, sort of like a T-shaped sliver with 2 prongs instead of 1 at the bottom. You can see it is full of circuitry and wiring, and just palm out, hands it towards you and goes, NTO isn't going to just quit whatever they're going for with the professor. They're going to... I don't want to know what they're doing, so here you go. Take the caliber. Go after them.
Ampersand takes the key, and he sort of gives a little bit of a salute. They give sort of a little bit salute. We will endeavor to bring the professor back.
We got this.
All right. Well, if you bring him back, we'll be very happy. If you don't manage to, for whatever reason, if he's, if they kill him, if anything terrible happens, just make sure you put down whatever plans they've got. All right? Keep us safe. Keep as many people safe as you can. I guess we've got a bit of digging to do into what our dear chief was actually doing.
We have a little bit of information to that effect. But we
Whatever
have more
it is.
pressing matters.
Exactly. Whatever it is, you can just transmit it to our network, or if you don't have it electronically, we can debrief you when/if you get back. We'll figure that out. That's less important. Go. Get on the caliber. Get going. And she just,
Would you be the next in charge?
whoever, who's taking the key of the lot of you?
It was Ampersand.
Okay.
I think that makes you the captain.
And then
Whatever it
turns
makes
around
me.
and
Let's go.
I'm also quick shout out here to Draku, who gave away 5 gift subs in the chat, which means I get a crit fail, which I'm gonna have to use at some point, or one of you can rule to be used if I'm rolling against you.
Yes. Oh, it's so good.
We'll see. So, love you, Draku, but also wow. I really went for that right away. Not even like, one sub at a time, just crit fail.
Thank you, Draku. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Di, how far away is the ship that left with the professor? Can we still see it? Is it still sort of like leaving?
It's gone by now, but you know you've been able to get sensors.
Sorry, I missed that one.
It's gone to the naked eye, but if you get in a ship, sensors are good enough. You know you'd still be able to pick it up, and you have an idea of the heading that they took. So as long as you get going quickly enough, you should be able to track them.
It's good.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, just show me where the guns are.
I don't think you'll be disappointed. So as you get towards the ship, maintenance cars here swerve around, these buzzing repair drones. As you make your way through the docking bay, there's numerous ships standing at the edges of the hangar. One in particular does stand out to you. It's a circular vessel about 3 stories tall. It's got an elongated nose at the front that ends in a cockpit encased in a distinctive tinted glass. The architecture itself suggests kind of a chaotic blend of engineering styles from across the galaxy, mixing and matching from whatever various things seem to work best or perform best in conjunction with each other. The hull itself is coated with a patchy layer of faded white paint, and there's electric blue lights glinting along 2 moon-shaped wings that protrude from the sides. As you near the ship, the key itself flashes blue, matching the lights on the wings. And from within the ship, you hear a friendly robotic voice saying, "Welcome back, Professor." Gangplank lowers to the ground from near the center of it. All systems ready to depart.
So is anyone concerned that it already has a destination plotted? Like, is that what
We
your,
can override
your
that.
vehicles and I know, but like that seems suggestive of perhaps other plans.
The professor
Your
was
concerns
quite
are duly
aware.
noted.
The professor was
I
quite
wonder-
aware that he may at any time be attacked. It is why he hired us. So it is perhaps a backup plan that it already had a course charted.
I
We should
wonder
look
if
into
there's
it.
a reason and we should follow it. Yeah. Or someone else broke in here and put a coordinate in here hoping to lead us astray. See, Jackson, can you figure out who put the coordinates in there?
Yeah, let's take a look. So I'll enter the ship, and if I can connect to the computer, and maybe Sebastian, maybe you could give me a hand. You can interface with this machine, can't you? With the ship's
Absolutely.
computer. Yeah, let's
So
see what we
you
can
enter
figure out
the ship.
quickly, though, because
And 2 things of note. Firstly, I don't think there was mention of any destination. But
No, there was the computer.
my computer
When we
said all
first
Just said
entered the
systems
ship.
ready to
select.
depart.
Yeah, where are you gonna depart to?
See,
oh,
as
maybe it's
you
just
enter,
letting us know.
Jackson in particular, since you're the first to enter, the computer's voice comes back. It says, "Welcome, Query. You are not the professor. Where is Professor Oren?"
And that's what we're trying to find out.
I'll talk to the ship in machine code.
Where
That's
is
all right.
the professor? Please elaborate.
The professor is on a ship that has already departed, and not of his own will. We would like to pursue that ship. We are the professor's hired security.
Clarification.
We're missing our job.
The professor
We do not-
is in danger.
Correct. We are losing time. They're getting further away each moment.
The professor is on board the ship which recently departed.
Correct.
Scanning. Scanning. Classification. Human corvette. Ship name, the Vorga. Tracking. Please, come on board.
Do you know the owner of that ship, the registered owner of that corvette?
No.
I think we should get aboard, everybody.
Aboard.
Please,
All
we
right,
must
let's
ensure
go.
the professor's safety, security, and survival. Come aboard. I will aid you in whatever manner you require.
Oh, this is going to be easy.
Right, right, okay.
So,
Computer, are the guns up here?
guns may be found in secondary storage locker.
No, the big ones.
Ship's cannons. You mean?
Those are the guns that are on ships, right?
Indeed, they are. The Caliber is equipped with 2 auto turrets and 1 arcane cannon. Also available, 1 dogfighter.
Oh!
Please, come on board. I will close the plank. Strange, archaic name as it may be. And fire up the engines. And you all just hear this. You can feel the ship lifting a little bit off the ground. I require 1 pilot. You're muted, Jen.
Always. I mean, I don't mind if no one else wants to do the driving.
It is
Go
not
on.
within
Fly the
my
ship,
skill
Ryan.
set.
I mean, I know, C, you have a thing for like mechanical stuff, so it's up to you if you really feel like you need to be in like that nurturing role. But I'm pretty good at the steering wheel, if they have that, at the control panel.
Let's just call it the helm.
At the helm would be a better word for it. We just call it different things where I come from.
So, for simplicity's sake, you have a pilot's seat. There are 2 engineer spots. There are gunner positions, 1 for each of the side cannons and 1 for the arcane cannon, which is the big gun, as you might consider it. And 1 person can also pilot the dogfighter.
I know someone wants the dogfighter.
Evan
I know
wants the dog
someone-
fighter, but I don't think Sebastian does.
Being in character.
Nah.
The
Oh,
true conflict.
Yeah. I believe
I'll
I'll
take
be
the
suited to
pilot
one of
seat
the
at the
engineer
piloted
positions.
place.
All right, Sebastian, if you can handle the engineering, then I'll hop in the dogfighter.
Affirmative.
Unless there's any way we can quickly soup up these engines and get us moving a little faster.
The engines
I've
are
already
ready
got
to go.
the access panel open, by the way, of course.
Yeah. It's classic Jackson.
The AI voice, by the way, was like the moment you pull an access panel off, it goes, "Please do not tinker with my internal systems."
No? What if we can go faster? All right.
Please,
We'll try that.
you would not wish your internal systems to be tinkered with. Now, would you?
Well, I tinker with my internal systems all the time.
I mean, that's
Sebastian, tell her. Tell the computer that.
He is telling the truth. He makes great improvements to his systems all the time.
Perhaps when time is less pressing, you may tinker with my internal systems. For now, please replace the access panel and take one of the engineering positions if you wish to do so.
Man, this ship is bossy.
My name is
So there
Cal.
was-
I am named the ship, the Caliber. The professor thought this was funny.
Humor detected.
Did anyone sense the humor?
I have sensed the humor, Cal. That was a good pun. I was going to say Victor. I am Sebastian. Pleasure to meet you.
It is pleasant to meet all of you, I think. If we are pursuing the professor, which we should be doing,
Red, I'm gonna go pedal to the metal, metaphorically speaking, since you don't actually have pedals, but I'm gonna do that like now. Boom! I push whatever button I need, the go button.
and anyone who isn't already sitting down is immediately just... There's a half second of being essentially kicked in the face by the G-forces before the compensation starts. Because Cal wasn't entirely ready for you to do that. The voice comes back saying, I was going to offer you pedal reconstructions if that was simpler for you. Oh, excuse me. I did not manage to mute my mic in time.
Bless you.
Perhaps I have
That's
caught
very
a
kind.
virus. The
Humor
professor
detected.
Humor
is rubbing
sense.
off on me.
Jackson barely touched you.
And you go zooming out. So you do now have a choice of, you could go after the professor. You do also have a fully kitted out ship at your disposal.
Oh, that is so tempting.
Oh, that's a
See you later, Professor. We're out.
Yeah, the money was
do we
good.
care?
Cal, how far away is the ship with the Vorgana?
The Vorga,
Yes, the Vorga. How far away is it from us currently?
the Vorga is quite some distance away. I am having trouble making a precise calculation. However, it is still within my sensor range.
Is that within 1,000 feet?
Pilot, please interface with the lifeform scanner.
That's you, Ryan.
I totally know what that is. I'm gonna do that now.
A button starts flashing helpfully. I need you to make an intelligence check.
All right.
Because the button is flashing, but you don't actually know what to do with it, so let's see if we can figure this out.
Oh, yeah,
This
see
is-
Cal's guidance.
this is-
Oh,
well, okay, I was going to say this is a data check, by the way, but you can way past the
24.
DC.
Yeah, I don't come from a place with ships like this.
You just figure, what the hey, you've used lifeform scanners yourself before, just, planet-bound, the smaller variant, you figure, it's probably the same, and lo and behold, it is exactly like what you're used to. The professor clearly just went for simplicity and function, and yeah, you immediately almost managed to pinpoint the location of the Vorga. However, you are pointed the wrong way, so I need you to make a piloting check
What goes into
to
a
see if you
piloting?
can
Wait, what?
careen this ship. That's dexterity.
Dexterity. Okay.
Let's see if you can make this ship careen in the right direction.
That's a 10. Because I have a plus
Okay.
4 dexterity.
Okay, hang on, give me just a moment here.
I need to remember to like put guidance on everyone just before they do their checks.
She went to the dark place, and I have some concerns.
I went to the dark matter. Wait. No, I actually just had to close the window real quick because some bugs were getting in. But yes,
It's a
you
likely story.
take a few moments and you realize, okay, you can see buttons, you can see switches, but the computer, the AI, is kind of assuming that you're familiar with how to fly a ship, and you may not be entirely familiar with flying this particular ship. Maybe you really should have taken the time to let the computer construct those pedals or whatever it was going to do for you, but it takes you a little while to actually do this properly. And instead of a quick tight turn and just immediately careening off, you lose some time trying to catch up. However, catch up you do. Now, one thing I do need to do real quick, since you are now on board the ship, I'm going to just give you
Are we within
stats
visual range?
You are now. So, at this point, the jagged silhouette of the Vorga itself looms before your ship. You get close enough to actually make the outline of this corvette. The burnished chrome plating catches the glint of the stars, and it looks very much like light glinting off the edge of a knife. There's a sudden burst of red fire from its engines, and through the pitch dark void of space, 3 streaks of almost arrow-shaped light become visible, streaking off into your direction, in the Caliber's direction. Cal's voice comes back, and you hear, "Good day. Not to alarm all of you, but I think we might have company."
Huh.
Jackson.
Yeah. So am I situated in the dogfighter, or is that?
Did you, okay, yeah, for simplicity's sake, you said you were going to the dogfighter, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then for
So,
you,
yeah, I think-
check on Discord, because you also have, I will have given you the stats for the dogfighter. The scope, it's called.
Mm-hmm.
What's mostly important to you right now to keep track of are the hit points, or the mega hit points in this case, where each of them is equal to 100 times regular hit points, because rather than having giant numbers, we'll just call them mega. It's actually a very neat thing. I love that about Dark Matter. And we've hit 20 retweets, which means you get a boon. So I'll start working on something for that. Thank you, chat. Thank you all those retweeting this.
Wait, is a mega hit point
So-
1,000 hit points or 1024?
No, 100.
Damn.
It's not like megabytes.
Damn.
Ah, nerds all of you. I swear. So, since we don't have a captain on this ship, I need you all to roll initiative. And we're going to roll this once and keep that initiative for essentially the whole of this sequence. Same as we've done before, because it's just easier that way instead of re-rolling it every dang time.
Oh no.
I feel you.
I have a 3.
Oh boy. Okay. Okay, so
I got it.
we'll go clockwise again. So Jackson, you said 3.
That's right. The rolls from
boy.
last week continue.
Ryan, you got 10.
10.
Oh boy. Sebastian,
I rolled an 8. Total.
wow.
Oh no.
Ampersand.
4.
Oh
no.
my gosh.
I
Never
rolled a
riddled
nat
with
1.
balls.
Oh
We're
no.
not used to being on a ship.
Gina, please have rolled above a 10.
18.
Yay. Please help, chat.
You've got your
chat.
space legs.
Chat, please help.
Chat.
Yeah.
Ever there was a time to help.
Almost out of
Please
crits here,
help.
so chat. You know what to do, buddies.
Alright,
I don't wanna die.
who needs a crit?
You know, that crit is yours and yours alone. There are many like it, but this one is yours.
I can donate it.
So yes, you currently have 2 0G troopers coming at you.
Did you say there were 3 guns? There was a big old cannon, and there were like 2 auto cannons.
You have 2 autocannons at the side, and then you have the big arcane cannon, which is, well, it's the big gun, which I assume Gina's controlling, given how your
Yeah.
face lit up the moment I said it.
I'm a little
Am
excited.
I able to sit in one of the auto cannons and like jump seats to engineering if I need to?
You can switch your seats as an action,
Okay. Okay. I'll
which does mean I missed
might
out
start-
where Ampersand is in all this chaos. Can you just tell me that before we get started?
Yeah, I'm actually on the other cannon, across from Gina. So
Okay.
Gina's on the one, I'm on the other.
Well, Gina's on the arcane cannon. That's the central one sitting at the bottom of
okay.
the ship. So you're
Well, then I'm on one of the other ones.
left or right. Pick one.
Left. Good adventurers always go left.
Mhm.
Okay. The troopers unfortunately rolled quite good initiative.
yay.
Or at least, yeah. I rolled a 19 for both of them, so I did actually roll them separately.
Why?
You can ask my Cthulhu die when you get the chance. It's
Alright.
got tentacles on it. Of course I'm using that one. So these two are flying over at you. Now, a trooper is essentially what it is. It's basically a small 0G one-person fighter. They will just fly right in and start shooting at you with their auto turrets. The first one
That's
just
rude.
goes way wide. That's a 8 to hit, so that's not. Nope. The second one, however, does actually manage to score a hit on the caliber. Specifically, it is targeting their systems. So, for simplicity's sake, in Dark Matter you can target specific ship systems, but for simplicity's sake, I'm going to keep that list very short and keep track of it for you. I assume you all trust me with that.
Right.
Hmm.
You can sound a bit
Yes,
more
we
positive.
trust you.
That's a relationship we have. I am sure you are.
Uh-huh.
We trust you, is what we're
In
trying
that
to say.
accent, I can't tell when you're being serious and when you're being sarcastic.
Yeah. Eh.
You can trust me. I am not sarcastic.
You can trust Cal.
Oh boy.
So yeah, not sarcastic.
So yes, the first shot is going to get to your. Well, we're just trying to take down your shield generator for the moment. Simple,
we've
take
gotta
down
do-
the defenses and then figure out what's going on. Well, first it has to get through the shields, though.
Yeah, I was gonna
So,
say, did somebody turn the shields on?
the shields
Okay.
are on by
Okay.
default.
At the start.
It's, you know,
Thanks, Cal.
I'm not going to be an ass to you. You are welcome. These are basic functions.
Oh, good.
That's-
I believe shields are part of the pre-flight check, Gina.
Did we do one of those?
I
Cal
performed
performed it
the
for us.
pre-flight check for you. As we were in a
Okay.
hurry, and you were dithering.
Oh,
Salt.
you should see what happens if I blend.
I have sensed more humor from Cal. I'm beginning to like this ship a lot.
Ryan, you and the pilots, you can see that as the ship is rocked by somewhat of an impact, the shields are down to half their power from that first blast.
Well, damn.
But they're holding
Steve, can
steady.
you do something about the shields?
Well, maybe when it gets your turn. For now, Gina, you're on the arcane cannon. You have enough range that you can basically just pick your target and fire.
Alright. Which one's closest to us?
Both of the troopers are equidistant. They basically came in, split, one going to the left, one going to the right, and are firing at you from both sides.
Okay.
So just tell me if
alright,
you're firing to the left or the right.
You know what? Let's since good adventurers always go to the left, let's take out the right.
Nice.
That's all
Also,
right.
welcome raiders, or no, not raiders. Well, it's not a raid. It's a host. Thank you, Urban Bohemian, for that host.
Yay.
Thank you, host.
So you're firing at the one on the right. So charge up your arcane cannon. You're essentially hunkered down. The only thing you can see right now is just the view screen, the viewfinder for everything surrounding you. The cannon is on a rotating swivel.
Oh, that's exciting.
You've just got that and the targeting reticle, and swivel around, lock on to one of the troopers.
Are they flying toward us or away from us?
They're closing in a little bit more. These are
Okay,
close-in
okay.
fighters.
I have a technical question.
Yes.
Do my abilities to shoot things also apply to shooting things as a ship?
In this case,
The answer is yes. Okay.
no.
Damn.
For the fun of it, I'll say meow, I guess.
All right. I mean, I often
No.
say meow. Usually.
Yeah. For the fun of it, I'm gonna say, yeah, you can do your extra attack. Why the hell not?
Oh. All right. So I get to shoot this thing 3 times with the arcane cannon.
3 times would only be if you're dual wielding arcane cannons, which you are not.
I'm using both of my hands. All right. So we got an 18 to hit, and 24 to hit.
I think that'll hit, yeah. Yeah, both of those absolutely hit. So please
right.
roll me the damage for the Arcane Cannon. You do have the stats. I popped them into the chat, but in case you haven't seen those, it's 2d10 for each attack.
Yeah, it is. I'm pretty excited about that. Alright, so first one, 10.
Okay.
And then the second one, 17.
Okay. So the trooper on the right, you catch up with the first blast, and you can see it's got a couple of sparks, a bit of smoke flying off it. The second one impacts it before it can even really get back on the same flight path, and sends it just kind of tumbling end over end, smoke pouring off parts of it, which is immediately closed off, and then you can see just like, because of your rangefinder having quite the zoom, you can see like bits of air hissing out from cracks within it. This thing is not going to last much longer.
Huh. Shame about
That
that.
one's almost a goner.
Nice.
And that
Good
is your
shot,
turn.
Gina.
Thanks.
Ryan, you are the pilot. I assume you have in front of you the options that a pilot can do?
What I want to do is get us far enough away that it's harder for them to target us, but we can target them. And to an angle where it's hard for them to find us.
Okay. Making it hard to find you is going to be difficult because they are...
I didn't mean find, I'm sorry. Like, give us a smaller target. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So instead of the
just,
side of a
angle
barn,
yourself
we're like,
to-
yeah. Just make it a little bit harder for
Okay.
them to hit us. That's what I meant. I meant hit. Not save.
Okay. So as a
Do I just
pilot...
make a pilot check?
Basically, you can move. What you're thinking of is evasive maneuvers. Which is basically an automatic function. You go into evasive maneuvers, which adds your dexterity to the ship's AC.
Okay.
Or
Do I
rather,
roll
your
for that?
dexterity modifier, not your whole AC dexterity. No, it's it's an automatic thing. You're the pilot. You're
Automatic?
doing evasive
Okay.
maneuvers.
It's 4. Add 4 to the AC of the ship.
Okay. Which means that the Caliber now has an AC of 20. So that's pretty dang sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
You're welcome.
the ship starts. Yeah, you start sending the
Well done,
ship
Ryan.
into just long sweeping curves, but at the same time spinning it around, flipping it, and you tilt the ship so they get a bit of a broader view, and then immediately flatten it out so that whatever broad parts they were hitting at would just now be empty space. Trying to do your dangest to make it as hard to hit as possible.
I just had total Rocinante kind of like vibe coming off that bit of maneuver from the Expanse.
Yes. Heck yeah.
Awesome.
I guess I'll have to watch that. Sebastian, what are you doing? You said you were going to switch to one of the guns, right?
Yes, I'm on autocannon at the moment. Is there a target? Have I got a target?
If you're...
I was on the right side.
Well, the right-hand side, there is still a target. It is in very bad shape after the arcane cannon basically caught it face first twice. But it's still there, and it's still a threat to you and everyone else.
Okay. So with like mechanical digital focus, I'll just take control of the autocannon. No one probably can see, but my eyes will just go sort of like a red color, and then I'll just fire.
Mm. Okay, which means you... Well, you're firing one of the auto turrets, so... Please make a ranged weapon attack.
Oh yeah, I see it. Ranged +7 to hit. Yeah.
+7 would be on the ship itself. You're using your modifier for a ranged weapon attack.
Oh, okay, okay. That's. Is it just my dex or my attack bonus?
This is your dex. Yeah, your dex and your proficiency modifier.
Okay. So that's a dirty 20.
That'll do. Please roll damage. There is a chance it might survive this. A very, very, very slim chance, but you know.
9 mega radiant damage.
You focus, target, and you send out a burst of fire, which, as this thing is veering out of the way of the arcane cannon, goes right into your burst and is just shredded. And within seconds, like the cloud of the explosion billows out, dissipates, and you're already past it.
May you find peace in the stars, and then I'll sort of let go of the controls.
The stars are always peaceful. Ampersand.
I'm opening fire on that other ship. Whew.
All right. Ranged weapon attack from you as well.
This plus my dex? That's a
Yes.
9?
Oh no. You're an
That's fail for
information
you.
broker. You're there to hack into people's systems, sweet talk them, steal things from under their noses. You are not there to handle big frickin' ship guns. And you're just like, yeah, I'm pointing in the general direction. Boom! It goes wide. This is not your forte, but then not everyone can be great at everything. Jackson, you're in the engineer's seat. So what
Yeah,
you
and-
have the option of is you can, well, sorry, you tell me.
Well, I was gonna say if I can get into the dogfighter or not, or at this point I wonder if it's, what can I do in the
you
engineer
can-
seat?
In the engineer seat, you can direct power, which is essentially you can adjust how much power you're diverting to each system, which can give them more or less power depending on what you do. So, for example, with the caliber, here we are. Example, what you could do with the arcane cannon, if you, for example, take down the shields and divert power to the arcane cannon, you can increase the damage by 1d10. If you instead divert it to one of the turrets, the gunner gets an extra attack. It's that sort of thing. Like, you can adjust the power and feed it into different systems depending on what you have the priority on at the moment. So currently,
Can I get a check on
the ship has
what are
4 units of power. You are using them currently to power both of the cannons, the side turrets, the arcane cannon, and the shields. So to boost any one of them, you would have to turn off another system.
Ampersand. You
Yes.
okay with me shutting off your gun for a second?
Do what you need to.
All right, I'm gonna shut off the one gun and divert that power to Gina's gun. And it seems like the shields they're holding fine, right? I mean, we're not taking a lot of damage
Yeah.
at this point. So I'm gonna just
The
leave
shields
the
are
shields
holding fine.
alone.
They're only the shields are only covering the front of the ship, but given that's where the damage is coming from currently, by default the
Yeah,
shields
and we're
only
maneuvering.
cover
We're maneuvering
the
like a
front half.
champ, also.
Oh gosh, yeah.
All right, yeah. So let's do that. Sorry, Empresset. We're gonna shift over the power. Just sit tight. Boop, boop,
It's
beep,
not
boop,
like
beep.
I'm doing anything with it.
Hey, you're trying. It's
And,
important.
Gina, you just feel like this sort of little thrum, and the indicator at the side showing you just kind of like the charge meter of the arcane cannon suddenly ticks over a little bit, and Cal's voice goes, "Arcane cannon receiving additional power."
Oh, damn.
How exciting.
However,
does
it
this
is now
actually
that the
do?
Mage Super's turn. Basically, now instead of 2d10, you roll 3d10 for damage.
Oh,
That's ouchie.
let me grab another one.
That is ouchies. You got it right. However, that trigger is now going to try and take down what's left of your shields. And Miss Horribly? You're evading like a champ. We just established this. I was thinking like, oh, does a 15 hit? No, it doesn't. Your AC is boosted. Yeah, it might have dinged the shields at any other time, but Ryan, with your deft maneuvering, the shot just goes sizzling off somewhere through space. Please tell
I
me
got
you're actually
Allie's Your
collecting
Welcome
like
song in my head. Sorry.
Perfect. Gina, your cannon
Hi.
is charged.
Yeah? Huh, that's wonderful. Alright, so I'm gonna fire that twice. Which I'm sure is a surprise to all of you. And well, one of those is a 23 and the other one is 12, so can't win them all.
Funnily enough, both of those hit.
Oh! Oh, well then.
The AC
Huh.
of the trigger is 12.
Do you want me to run to roll
Yes?
the d10s all together for one sum? Or
You know what? Go for it.
alright.
Haha, big numbers go Bert.
Oh boy, there it is.
27 mega fire damage.
Exactly like the previous one, it impacts, blasts the thing, and now you can see just like it is barely holding together. Parts of the armor are just ripped off. You can see internal systems trailing behind it. And
that's kinda
whoever's
pretty.
controlling this thing is struggling to bring the autocannon to bear again, like just clearly fighting against now problems within the system. Ryan?
Yeah.
Do I use my turn each time for evasive maneuvers?
Yeah, you gotta specify each turn what you want to do. So
Yeah,
if you want to
then
keep going
I'll use
evasive,
it for
then-
evasive. Yeah.
All right.
Not getting blowed up
Ooh,
seems like an
barrel.
important priority. Yeah. I'm good with that.
Yeah. Okay. So you keep the ship hard to hit. See, that's
I do a cool little spin for it though, because I just want to look cool, so it's just like boom, but it's still hard to hit.
barrel rolls are extremely cool. We know this. All
Style
right.
points.
Sebastian, it is your turn. From where you are on the right-hand auto turret, there is currently no target within your field of view because that one's been obliterated. So there is currently nothing for you to shoot at, and the other auto turret has been, for the moment, deactivated.
Okay, and Jackson's in one of the engineer seats, correct?
Yes, there is another engineer seat should you wish to take it. That will take your action, though.
Sure. Jackson, would you like to take the dog fighter and I'll take an engineer seat? Or are you happy where you are?
I wonder, do we need the dogfighter at this point?
Possibly not.
Could be fun though.
I mean, I would love to take the dogfighter. Yeah, let's switch.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Sebastian, you take the other engineer seat, and Jackson, on your turn, will just say that you take your action to go down to the scope.
Okay. So,
All right.
yeah, I'll move over.
You'll move over. Ampersand, you're on a gun, but it is currently not receiving power.
When Jackson vacates his engineer seat, Ampersand's gonna move to the other one.
Okay. So basically, you're all just doing a bit of a shuffle now. So we'll have
I think
Ampersand
we're all
and
just shuffling along.
seats, and Jackson gets into the scope, and there's a brief sort of, and then another whir as the scope powers up and begins to launch. Okay, that is all your turns, though. You've used them all for shuffling around. Musical chairs are great. The trooper gets a shot. The trooper misses horribly. I can't roll for shit today. Even if I could, Ryan's over there making it impossible to hit. So, Gina,
Hi.
do what you must.
You know what?
Clearly, I'm forcing you to fire your gun.
I'm gonna hold my action until Jackson gets a shot. Because, there's no reason for me to take all the glory here.
All right. I respect it. Hello. Which does bring us to Ryan. Now, Ryan, you can keep evading if you want. You can also, what you call it? Oh, come on. You can keep evading. You can also do a hard turn if you want. You can also ram.
I could ram. No, it's so tempting. It's so very tempting. I don't think a hard turn's gonna help much, though, is it? What would we get out of a hard turn?
Basically,
Yeah.
Most of the ship maneuvers that you can do are meant for if you're carefully controlling your position against another ship, but right now you've basically just got one trooper on your left side who can't do much.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. First of all, I'm going to start to say maybe I should ram, and then I'm going to see C's reaction and go, okay, never mind. And then I'm going to do my evasive action, and to look cool this time, I'm going to go from being like pointy toward him on one side to pointy toward him on the other because it looks real awesome, and that's what I'm going to do. So still +4 AC for our ship.
You're still basically impossible to hit. Got it.
You're
Sebastian,
still welcome.
you're in an engineering seat. What would you like to do? I believe you are muted.
Shields seem to be holding up okay. Ampersand's now in a gunner's seat. Gina's on big ouchies.
The other engineer seat with you.
Oh, right, we're both in engineer seats. Okay. Can I overcharge Gina's gun again? I would like to overcharge Gina's gun.
Okay.
Oh, no, not overcharge. Direct power.
Okay, so you're gonna. Where are you gonna draw the power from?
The autocannons? The autocannon that I was
Okay.
setting.
So, okay, right. So you wanna basically take power from both of the autocannons and put everything into the arcane cannon.
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
And also, how far away is the caliber from where we are right now, Cal?
Do you mean the Vorga?
Yes, the Vorga.
The Vorga is out of weapons range. Approximately 20,000 feet.
Thank you. Ryan, if
You are
you'd be so
welcome.
kind to close the distance on the Vorga at some point.
You mean ram them?
Not ram.
Oh.
Just get
Alright,
closer.
okay. Just get closer. Okay. All right.
Ramming would be a desperate option.
Or a fun one. Okay.
Don't forget, the
One
professor's on
player.
that ship.
Yes, the professor is on that ship.
Wisdom 8.
Alright.
Please do not ram.
Alright. So you're diverting power. Ampersand, what are you doing?
Even if the shield is still damaged, even if it's not totally gone
Yeah.
yet, I would rather it not get to the point where it's totally gone. So I'm gonna make a roll to try and repair it.
Okay.
Try to keep things. That's intelligence.
Hold on.
So it's a 20.
For what it's worth, the shield does recharge at the beginning of every turn on its own. Half of what it's lost. So it is slowly building itself up again. Until the system, until the actual shield system is destroyed, there isn't actually a need to repair it.
Okay. In that case, what else can we draw power? Well, we don't want to do that. We don't want to totally make Gina's gun so strong that it blows the other ship entirely and kills the professor.
Don't-
That would be...
Don't we?
I
The only
know,
thing
I'm
you've got
kind of
left
with you, Jackson.
Is
That's
the
contract
actual
resolution
shield.
right there.
It's like if you want to take
The only
power
other-
from the shield and give it to the gun, you know.
No,
Robot
I'm
Dad,
not
it's
gonna
not a
do that.
pilot.
I don't know what else to do until we get up on that other ship. I feel like Gina's got the little fighter taken care of, so... Or maybe Jackson does. I don't know. I don't know what else to do.
Well,
Really?
what you can do. Yeah, pretty much that's. Yeah, you're currently not really. Yeah. It's probably best for you to just hold and.
I'll probably hold my action then.
Yeah.
Until something else happens.
Yeah.
Something more dangerous.
Jackson, you have launched in the scope.
Yes. Jackson struggled to get into the seat, but eventually figured it out, although the seatbelt is really frustrating me right now. I think I just kind of tied it around my waist.
Okay. Yeah, so
Um,
you launch. And pretty much from the moment you launch, the enemy is within your range because the range of your light cannons is greater than that of a trooper. So, if you want to make an attack, make an attack.
Yeah. Well, I think I also want to move in the direction of the Vorga. And so
Okay.
maybe sort of circle around and flank the fighter, and then but moving in towards the Vorga as well.
Okay. You have your impulse engines. They'll take you 4,000 feet, so you can essentially jet out ahead of the caliber, and then just spin around and fire on the trooper.
Yeah, we're
Alright.
doing that.
So
And
you
yeah, light cannons.
see the scope kind of detach from the side and zip out in front of you, this little streak of light on its impulse engines, and then immediately a few bursts of light from it towards the trooper. So please make me an attack roll.
Yeah, and so this is just using the ship's light cannon, not my dex.
Yes.
It's the plus 5.
The ship's light cannon uses your dex.
Oh, okay.
The plus 5 is essentially if I were controlling it.
Got it. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Then oh no, it's an 8.
Ooh, well,
I
Scope does have the target lock ability. Once per day, if you miss an attack, you can just make another
Oh,
attack.
Yeah, Jackson's having a hard time getting used to these controls, and is happy to have a second shot for sure. A 20.
Hey,
That'll hit. Please roll me your damage. You've got 3d6
That's-
available. Please roll them.
3d6 mega damage. 13.
You fire, and the autocannon, unlike the caliber's own weapon system, is not energy based. This is a kinetic weapon. It just completely shreds the fighter. Just sparks pinging off it. A couple of gouts of flame, and then the whole thing just kind of goes dark, and the hulk of what's left just drifts in the direction that your bullets are propelling it.
I do a little spin move.
Oh, you look badass. So cool.
Alright. As you destroy this other enemy fighter, the Vorga turns and swerves away and starts to head away from you into an asteroid field. And this is where we are going to take a break. So we're going to refresh, stretch,
but my
hydrate.
turn.
Your turn is coming up. Well, actually, since there is no target for you to fire at,
Hey, don't worry about it.
But yeah, we're gonna take a break. Chat, please also remember, stretch, hydrate, take care of yourselves, be good to yourselves, have a snack if you haven't eaten, take your meds if you need to, cuddle your pets if you've got them, your significant others if you've got them close. You know, cuddles are good. We encourage that. Just not the long cuddle. And if you want to know what that's about, tune in on Tuesdays. here we go. Here we are, back once more. Hope everyone's refreshed. Hope everyone's ready to carry on. Here I am, playing around with a pencil because I can't keep my fingers still, and I'm excited to see what my players do with the rest of everything that I'm going to throw at them. Which is a fair bit. So, back into this, back into the fun. You have defeated the troopers that were sent at you from the Vorga. As the second one is blown to smithereens and left to drift forever in the void of space, another gout of flame spews from the Vorga's impulse engines. The ship veers sharply ahead of you, very narrowly, passing by a huge chunk of spiraling debris in its path. More and more of these massive, misshapen rocks can be seen now, by and large blotting out the stars in front of you. The voice comes back over the speaker saying, "They are heading into the asteroid field." The caliber shudders just a moment later. Several buttons on the console in front of you, Ryan, start to flash. "We will have to move quickly if... oh dear." And that's when another rumble shakes through the ship and through the viewports. 3 more of these fighters are flying towards you. On the sensors you can see now the Vorga has in fact deployed 1 more trooper and now 2 Saber dogfighters to hinder you as it's blasting through the asteroid field. We will keep initiative. And I need to roll for the Saber real quick. Oh boy. Well, that's a natural 1 for their initiative, so good for you.
What a shame.
Yes, what a shame. Oh wait, no, hang on. I forget the Sabers have advantage on initiative rolls. Okay, so it's a 5.
Oh! What a shame.
A dang shame. So, keeping going with the initiative order we had, which means the trooper goes first, jetting in between the asteroids, dodging left and right and up and down, excuse me, hiccup, to avoid getting crushed between them. Takes a pot shot, in this case at you, Jackson, in the scope, since you've flown out ahead.
Just try it.
Yeah. Is in fact trying, and that's a 15 to hit. I don't know what the scope's AC was again. It's 14.
It's 14. Yeah.
Yeah. However, the scope does also have shields, so you're lucky on that side.
Shields up.
And that's a total of 8 damage to your shields, assuming you've got them facing the front.
Yeah. Totally. Always.
Clearly, that's what's going on. So, yeah, your shields are 4 points.
Sorry, so they're down to 4?
Yeah, you've got your shield started at 12, they're now down to 4.
Down to 4. Okay, thank you.
I'll keep track in my head of the regeneration and inform you. After, as soon as it's fired its shots at you, and this is how I'm going to implement the boon here. The trooper takes a second, stabilizes in space to fire at you, and you get hit. You see the sparks dispersing from your shields, and as your vision clears again, you just see, as the trooper begins to move again, one of the asteroids just careening into it from the side, and in a flash of explosive energy, it just gets crushed between two of the asteroids as they collide and break apart into smaller pieces. The sabers, the fighters, veer off around. One of your enemies got taken out by the verse.
Did it make a kaboom noise?
Ah,
Ha, ha, ha.
There's humor around here. So
Yes. Don't worry, it's my last week.
no, we want to keep you around forever. Remember, by the way, there is a crit fail on me, so feel free to invoke that if any of you feel like you don't want to get hit by something. That was the trooper. Gina, you have an overcharged arcane cannon, which is now dealing 4d10 mega damage per shot. So, the two sabers are also within range because their weapons start at 6,000. So, hang on, let me just check. The arcane cannon has a range of 10,000 feet. Yeah. So the two sabers would be within range.
all right, can I hit them both?
If you want to split your shots, sure.
All right. Okay, so for the one on the right, oh wait. All right, so earlier when you were talking about the scope, you said that was using the players' bonuses.
Yes.
Oh, I have been doing this wrong the whole time.
That's perfectly fine. This is your first time with the system. This is your spell attack on the arcane cannon because it is essentially you're throwing fireballs in space.
Oh. I don't have a spell attack. Like, how does that even work?
Just rolling out your proficiency
I hit
modifier.
button. Okay. Oh, in that case, it's the same. Surprise. All right, so that's a 24, and I will take the other crit. Take one of the crits.
Got it.
For the other one. So you said 4d10 per hit?
Yes. And
Okay,
on the
so I'm
second
gonna
one,
assume-
double the damage because you rolled the crit.
Oh, how exciting! This is the best day ever. Alright, so... for the first one... Let's see... 7... 4... Oh, that's 10 mega damage? Yeah. 10 mega damage.
From
On
4 to
that
10? Ooh,
Yeah, it
I'm
kind of...
sorry.
Yeah, me too. Wow, alright, 7... 4... Oh, that's much better! 14 plus 7, 21, and then we multiply that by 2 or just roll twice the dice?
Up to you. You can multiply by 2 if you want.
You know what,
That would
28
be-
damage sounds real nice.
Wait, wasn't it 21? Right away.
Oh,
What?
sorry, I can math good. So yeah, that's 14 plus 7, 21, so 42 damage to the one on the left.
Yeah, okay. So the one on the right takes a burst, manages to just kind of catch that mostly on a wing, and then carries on. The other one, you really focus, and you wait for it, and you wait for it, and you kind of see the pattern of movement. Fire with that fully charged cannon, and as the energy hits it, the edges just kind of go fuzzy and blur, and everything smooths out, and it just, the light just washes over it, and then it's just gone, as if it was never there.
Yeah, see, I clean up after myself.
That's your turn. Ryan.
You guys made cheeks
Alright.
hurt.
Hang on a second. I need to make a quick roll here. Okay. Ryan, before your turn goes, one of the asteroids has been tumbling a little close, and Cal's voice now comes over the intercoms and says, "We appear to have a power drain. It would appear one of the asteroids is playing host to a space worm, which is consuming some energy."
Wait, you saying there are no ropes in space?
Yeah, what?
I do not understand the reference.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, what has happened in plain speak is you got a space worm sucking power from everything, so you've got one less unit of power. So for the sake of ease, we'll just say your arcane cannon just kind of goes down a notch.
How far away is the asteroid?
Oh, it's leached on. You're gonna have to shoot it off.
Damn. Okay. I can't like roll it off or shake it off somehow.
No. It's a leech. You ever tried shaking a leech off?
I've never had a leech on me, and I don't plan to find out.
Good choice, good choice. Speaking from
Yes.
experience, I can say keep that trend going.
Oh, yes. Mm. All right. How far behind are we?
You're managing to keep more or less equal distance. I mean, you're dodging asteroids, the Vorga's dodging asteroids, but you're also kind of tied up with this fight that's happening. Why always the sneezes? I'm so sorry. I hope I haven't deafened anyone.
Please.
I
Must
want
be
to
those
gun
space
it toward the
worms.
Vorga.
Space worms.
Okay, so you're just flying straight ahead. Do you want to keep going with any... are you ramming anything, or are you doing
Yes!
a maneuver?
Here's what I want to do. I figured it out. I want to angle myself so that the asteroid is between us and their guns. And book it toward the Vorga.
Okay. Make me a piloting check.
Come on.
See if you can pull this off.
15?
Yeah, I'll allow that. You managed to put yourself so that... are you putting yourself between the... are you putting the asteroid between yourselves and the Vorga, or between you and the Saber?
Saber. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to angle yourself so that the smaller dogfighter is essentially just obscured behind a block of asteroid, and then gun the engines in the direction of the Vorga, which is also speeding away from you, but you're ensuring that they're going to have to maneuver a little bit to even get a shot in at you. Sebastian, engineering. Can you give us more power?
Cal, how do we get rid of this worm?
Preferably with fire, or gunfire, or any other attack.
Can the angle
Please
of our
shoot
current...
it off of my ship.
Jackson, can you shoot the space worm off the hull of the Caliber as your next opportunity? It is draining our systems.
I'm so sorry. My chair's so
I'm not much for puns, but I'll give it a shot.
Appreciate that. Do any of our systems need repair immediately?
Currently, no repairs required.
Okay. In that case, I would like to direct power to the arcane cannon.
The arcane cannon is already getting most of your power. The only other system currently getting power is the shields. You're powering the basic functions of the ship, which are considered always on, like engines, life support,
Okay.
etc.
Can
And
I?
it's only the weapons and shields that you can shuffle things between.
I can't shuffle direct power to the engines, to the main engines.
They're already going at full speed anymore, and
Okay.
you're just going to blow them up.
Okay. I will just hold my. Well, I won't hold my action. I'll just say to Cal, Cal, please inform me immediately when the Vorga is within 5,000 feet.
You will be informed.
Kind of rock back in my chair a bit, look over at ampersand. And the other crew, just take all the crew in, just doing their jobs. We got this.
You got this. You know you got this. Now, however, it is the Saber's turn. I'm going to have the Saber make its own piloting check to see if it can maneuver around and get a shot in at you. And it's going to have to overcome the DC that you set with your piloting check, Ryan. With a 12, it's not going to beat that. So it basically has to spend its entire turn getting past the asteroid, making sure it doesn't also get crushed, and then angles in behind you. Although that does mean its guns are now pointed at your unshielded rear of the ship. Please keep your rear shielded at all times. Ampersand, it's your turn.
Well, given that it's my turn, can I redirect the shields to the rear of the ship? Since I'm an engineer?
Yes.
That's
Absolutely.
what I'm doing.
You can shift the shield around. All right. Hold on to your aft sections. Hey. Yeah, you divert power so that the front part of the ship is no longer shielded, but also the front part is not the one being targeted at the moment. So, yeah. That is your turn, Jackson. You're the scope. You've got maneuverability and guns.
Okay, so I have some range on this light cannon. If I want to sort of still keep moving towards the Vorga, but take a shot at that asteroid worm, can I? Let me try to make that happen.
Yeah, all right. It's gonna be. I'm gonna be upfront here. It's very difficult for you to actually catch up to the Vorga because it is moving at quite a clip. It's got quite the head start on you. But
Okay.
I'm gonna view this as essentially you trying to make sure you don't lose it from sight.
Sure. Yeah. And you know what? Let's use this crit as I take a shot. I don't want to, especially now that we've moved the shields. We've redirected the shields to the rear. I don't want to take out the front of our
Okay.
ship. So
That's a good
Yeah,
choice
let's
because you
crit
would have been
that.
rolling at disadvantage. That would have been the perfect time
all
for
right,
you to get
yeah.
in that one and accidentally shoot the cannon.
yeah.
Oh,
no
Gina,
thanks.
I'm so sorry. But yeah, all right. So, I honestly don't even need you to roll damage for this one. Essentially, you fought. You turn, focus. You can see the worm. You can see that the ship for the moment is flying stable. Wait for the target lock, and just with a focused burst, you essentially cut the worm in half. The front part detaches, and with just leaving now a trail of very swiftly freezing blood, solidifying in space. The two halves just go tumbling, almost immediately splattering against other asteroids.
Gross.
Yeah, a little bit. This does restore that lost unit of power, so engineers, you can... Currently, it is considered unassigned. When it's the engineer's turn, you can reassign that to whatever you need. Since the trooper is gone, Gina?
All right. What's in range?
Well, there's one saber. Oh wait, no, hang on. Top of the round. That means I need to make another roll to see what might happen.
How dare you?
Wait, I don't roll a d20 for this one. Sorry. Okay. From all this maneuvering, from the asteroids colliding nearby, Ryan, you at the helm, you notice a flashing sign that tells you there is debris clogging one of the impulse engines. For the moment, your piloting checks are at a disadvantage until one of the engineers uses their turn to dislodge and clear that.
Okay.
So bear that in mind. Gina, now it's you.
Right, so about the shooty thing.
Yes.
I would
About
very
that.
much like to do that. Yeah, let's get on with the
I had an
bang.
inkling you might.
Or perhaps just one bang, you know.
Oh, we'll
Fight
see how
twice
it
just in
goes.
case. Yeah, let's do that. That would be a 15 and a 21.
Both would be hits. Roll damage on the
Okay.
first one.
How, like, am I still 40-10?
3d10 at the moment. There's that one
3d10.
bit of power
Okay.
that got leached and needs to be reassigned.
Oh, I see. Alright, so 14 plus 3, 17 damage. Sorry,
Right,
mega
it survives
fire
the
damage.
first- It survives the first attack. It is mega fire damage because it's gnarly. It does survive that. You have a weird knack of in succession rolling damage so that it comes out to 27.
I do. It's pretty impressive. So this is 11. Sorry,
Yeah, right, that
10.
takes a-
I can add good.
That still takes it out, actually.
I'm having them. Oh,
So
what is she?
it's already taken a bit of damage. The first shot you fire now, as the gun swivels around on the mount and fires backwards. Well, it hits pretty solidly. The second more or less bisects the ship, and the two halves just kind of... One half of it keeps flying straight, the other one spins around in space. You can see the engine just firing off wildly. Then
They're
that
gonna have to do
engine
something about
explodes. And both halves just kind of crash into each other and then go ping-ponging, caroming off the asteroids.
Engineering's not what it used to be, huh?
Wow. Speaking of engineering, I'll be upfront here and say, Ryan, you don't need to make a piloting check at the moment, but can we get one of the engineers to make this would be a technology check to see if you can unclog the engine.
Is that intelligence
I've got it.
based? Thank you so much.
Yeah, I've got it. Don't worry, I got it.
I figure since the engineers go one after the other, I can just ask which one of you wants to do this.
Yeah. That is a 15.
That'll do it. You managed to essentially, for about a few milliseconds, switch off the engine. The debris clutters up into a chute specifically designed for that purpose, and then the engine starts up right as that debris is ejected out of the ship. You are clear and ready to go. And with all the dogfighters eliminated, you make your way to the next edge of the asteroid field. In the time it has taken you to do this, though, the Vorga has managed to use the asteroid cover to slip away unnoticed. Well, not unnoticed, but to spaces unknown. So I will need the pilot, Ryan. Please make another data check. If you would like, you can have one of your lovely engineers to assist you here and give you advantage.
I could definitely use that. And I'm making a which check? An
This
intelligence
is
check,
a
basically.
data check. So if you've got proficiency, take it. If not, it's just intelligence.
I don't got no proficiency in that fancy crap. Yeah, if someone wants to help, that would be really, really useful. Let's see. Percent. Somebody, thank you.
Yeah, I'm helping. Yeah.
Alright, good. I do look like Ryan looks a little bit like capable intuitively of dealing with this stuff, but kind of lost. Well, that's nice. That's a 22.
Do it.
I got your data. I got your data right here.
Yeah, you managed to locate in just a single round the Vorga, which has, in fact, not entirely left the asteroid field. It's actually docked on a platform within a large, partially hollowed out asteroid. The docking bay, as you close in on this, the docking bay doors you can see are still open, but you can see scanner droids patrolling the area in a more or less repeated pattern. Actually, a very repetitive pattern, so how do you proceed? You can blast on through, or you can try to get in unnoticed.
How are we doing, ship? How are we? We're good, right? We're not on our last leg.
We have.
I'm
The
gonna
ship
through.
is-
The
Yeah,
ship
I
is
trust y'all to
unscratched
shoot things.
on its deck.
Yeah, I trust y'all to shoot shit, so I'm just gonna go for it.
Ram.
Okay,
Ram.
ramming speed.
Did you say ram? You did. Okay, I'm gonna go for it, and if I get close enough, I'm gonna just push it further into the asteroid in front of me by ramming the shit out of it.
I will say so. Yeah,
Wisdom 8.
you simply pedal to the metal, as the saying goes. Full speed ahead, go towards the dock. The scanner droids notice you, yeah, almost immediately, and you can see the hangar doors begin to close. I need a piloting check from you.
That's a 7.
You've got a
I
crit.
got a little over it.
Crit.
Oh,
Crit.
I do. Okay, crit. I'm crit on this one. This is great.
Alright. You're critting on this one.
Thank you
And
for reminding me.
It's alright.
fly on through it, and For a moment, you think, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, the wings are going to get shorn off, something's going to go horribly wrong. And then you realize you can just stand it on its side. And as you do, you flip the ship on its side, squeeze through the hangar doors as they begin to close.
I feel like we all do this Star Trek.
Everybody leave!
Amazing.
Somebody clip that.
Okay.
Oh wait, am I still in the scope?
You would still be in the scope, but I'm gonna say for... You know what, make me a piloting check as well.
Okay.
I mean, I assume that you're essentially just sticking close to Mama.
Getting raided.
Ship cases.
Oh yeah, I'm like one of those pilot fish.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was not intentional. That's just piloting his decks.
Yeah.
13.
Yeah, I'll say, alright, you get a few scrapes and scratches, so the scope takes minor damage. Though that would be at this point absorbed by the shields. So yeah, basically you deplete your shields from being in such close proximity to hangar doors, but you manage to scrape on through.
Woo!
Cal immediately sets the ship into docking procedure and the gangplank opens again. Inside of this hangar, this is a fairly small little hangar base. It's not a full base as it is, but it's got an atmosphere. You can see there's a docking bay usually made for just the Vorga, but there is enough space that, well, you with the fairly small scale caliber have managed to squeeze on in here. And holy crap, we've got a raid coming! Hello, raiders! Hello, Olivia does dark magic. Thank you for showing up here.
Hey, Olivia.
We are nearing the end of this. So yes, it's a fairly small hangar base. What immediately you note is the Vorga is parked, and apparently having just left it. So as you all get out of your seats and enter the bay itself, faint green lights begin to flicker around a large circular chrome platform that occupies the center portion of this rather dilapidated hangar. And in the shadow of the Vorga itself, you can see there's a couple of stacks of various data terminals haphazardly arranged in that sort of, you figure they've been stacked here to just be used once and then forgotten about. Carmen Kane, as you now know her name to be, the lady in red from before. The one who walked away with what seemed like security officers from the scene of the explosion. Waits near the terminal with arms folded casually behind her back. There's a half-visible, rather cruel smile on her face. Next to her is a familiar figure, the gnomish head of Professor Oren, bent over one of the terminals and just kind of whistling merrily to himself.
Oh, he's in on it.
How close are we to him?
At this point, I would say you're probably across the hangar, so you would probably be about like 50, 60 feet away.
I'm gonna get a little closer. If that's all right with y'all. I'll try to figure this situation out in just a little bit, if that's okay.
The thing is, you're not stealthy here. You've been noticed.
Oh, I know.
And Carmen King has noticed you and has already, as soon as you disembark, has a blaster pulled out and pointed at you. And for one last time, I need you to roll initiative.
At least we
Gina
get to
just hit him
reroll
with
it.
the arcane cannon.
Yeah, is Gina still on the cannon? Because
If you fire that thing here, you will obliterate everything. So no, we're not doing that.
Damn.
Going out in a blaze
4d10
of
mega
glory
damage.
is one thing, but oh boy,
mega damage.
we are not
So,
making
funny
it so.
story. I have advantage on initiative rolls, right?
Oh
So I
no.
roll my 2d20.
Yeah.
And what do I roll? But a 1 and a 2.
Good thing for advantage.
Hey,
Yeah.
you
So I guess I'll
doubled your
take
result.
2 and
Freaking-
I did. It's a miracle of math. So that's, I guess, a 7.
Okay. Okay, so we'll go through the order. Jackson, you have, what did you get?
A 10.
A 10, alright. Ryan,
16.
nice.
That's an improvement.
Lovely Sebastian, who is popping off, has written to me that he rolled a 12, so that's good. Ampersand,
17.
nice. I love that your character's name is so easy to write in the initiative order, because it's just a symbol. And then Gina with a, what is that, a total of 7?
7.
You know, it's not the worst you could have rolled.
No. The worst I could have rolled was a 6.
Yeah, see? It could have been worse.
It could have.
Alrighty. Which means Ampersand, you go first. You are standing across from the hangar. Professor Orton is, as near as you can tell, just seemingly oblivious to the situation at hand.
Ampersand draws the whip, stares down the lady in red. You could still walk away clean.
My dear. Why the hell would I do such a thing? After all that we've done just to get this? And please, I don't deal with the likes of you.
You do today. I'm closing the distance. I can't get all the way to her right now, but I'm closing the distance.
As soon as you get within range, she just flashes you another grin and goes, if you just wanted to get up close and personal, you just have to say so. I can stick a dagger in your guts so much easier from here. Do you have guts? Let's find out. Ryan.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and Misty Step right up to this incredibly rude lady in red. Not a fan of her at all. And then I'm gonna go ahead and hit her with my. No, I'm gonna look at her and I'm gonna use my special voice. I'm gonna tell her drop it. And use command to see if I can drop that gun.
Okay.
DC 15. And it is sorry.
No worries.
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Wisdom save. Let's make it. Or let's see if she makes it. That'll be. What's the DC again, you said?
15.
Oh. Huh. Doesn't make it.
Shitballs.
Accurate.
She she drops the blaster she's holding, and then seems very annoyed because she knows what you did, and there's just that moment. Fuck you.
Aw, fuck you right back, honey.
Sebastian, it's your turn.
Yes. Okay. Sebastian. Oh, I muted. Hold on. Reaches down to their bandolier. So it's like a bandolier, but like a fanny pack bandolier. So a fandolier. And from one of the pouches, like a small component pouch, produces a tiny forked twig, and with dexterous mechanical fingers casts locate object, and looks for their buddy, the drive prototype.
Okay. The Matrix. It is still on the professor. Still wearing.
Oh, it's still on. Oh, I didn't need to cast a spell. Could have just seen it.
I wouldn't very easily- no. I was gonna say, like, in all the chaos, you probably wouldn't have noticed it, because it really just looked like any other backpack in the end. So, you got one look at it before things blew up, and
Okay.
but yeah, it is
So-
right there. You have ascertained that that is in fact the real deal, and not just some weird mock-up or fake anything.
And with my thermal sight, the people in front of me are definitely people. They're not illusions this time.
They're absolutely people.
Yep. They're not illusions. These are real people. They're not like the fake professor with Sir Horace. Okay.
Saw through that one, did you? Well, yes, I'm a real person, as you're about to find out. And
So I've still got movement and a bonus action.
Oh, yes. I thought your thermal
So-
sight was your bonus action. Sorry.
Oh, I think they're just eyes, just looking. I think. I hope.
Okay.
So, with my movement, I'll start. What's the distance between us and them?
I said about 50 feet, so...
Okay. I will bonus action. Change configuration, like with the druid circle of configuration, and you'll see Sebastian. It's not. I don't think it's a form you've seen before. Where before they turned into like this kind of beefy juggernaut. This time they turn into like the mobile configuration. So they get taller and leaner and thinner. All the like hexagonal plates come apart and then come together, just like just super aerodynamic, and they just sprint across the distance and fly across to get within 10 feet.
Okay. I increased your speed for that.
Yep.
Well. Having been forced to drop a blaster, Carmen has abandoned the notion of using that. Presses a small button on her wrist, whereupon she disappears from right in front of you, Ampersand. Reappears about 30 feet away. At this point has placed herself sort of like between Ampersand and Sebastian, who've run forward, and the three of you who are still standing back. And we'll just say, So eager all of you are. You got real fire in your bellies, don't you? Let's put some fire on you as well. And just hurls back and, yeah, hurls a fireball at you. So I will need Ampersand and Sebastian to please make a dexterity saving throw. And she's angling this so it does not hit the professor.
Don't forget your crits.
I'm hoping a 17 will cut it.
Dex. That's a 6. I'd like to use my. Oh, hold on. Mobile configuration. Hold on. No, it's it's only for opportunity attacks against me.
Damn.
I'd like to use my to save that.
Okay. In which case, both of you save it. But I still get to roll the damage. And you'll take half of it, so. Oh, wow.
Oh no.
That ain't too bad. You'll both take 14 points of fire damage from that. As the blast goes off, and we then go over to Jackson. So, 2 of your party members have just been somewhat roasted.
Jackson will take a quick look around and see if there's anyone else around that looks like they might be getting to this fight.
At this point, it is the 5 of you, Carmen, and the professor, who still hasn't taken any steps to do anything other than messing about with... I'll give you this one since you're gathered here. The professor seems to be working on activating a teleporter device.
Okay. I'm gonna go get the professor. You guys got the lady in red?
We've got our
I was gonna
Jackson.
head to the professor
Oh.
too, but I got her if you need me to.
Yeah, I'll
Sorry.
run. I'll move 30 feet towards the professor, and out of a abundance of caution, I will shoot him with my phaser, which is non-lethal damage. Set to stun.
Okay. Make a ranged attack then.
All right, phaser. It's a 14.
That'll hit the professor. Just.
Okay. And that is 10 non-lethal radiant damage.
Alright. The professor is knocked for a loop, essentially. Kind of shakes a little bit. You can see there's a moment where his face rapidly goes through a couple of expressions and then settles again into that sort of placid, I'm just doing my work thing.
I don't like the look of that. Okay. All right. Well, that's all for me then. Something's up with the professor, everybody.
If you would like, you haven't used your bonus action yet, right?
No, I don't know if I have anything that I can use as a bonus action.
I don't think you do. If you would like, you can make me an Arcana roll.
Okay. That's a 9.
And something's wrong with the professor, but you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Like, this is just.
Oh,
weird.
can I?
He's
I'm
not-
sorry. Can I? I have this overcharge ability to add an additional damage die to the weapon shot,
Oh, go for it.
and actually at 5th level, I get 2 of them.
It's not
So we're gonna just take
bad.
down the professor. That is.
This is for your own good.
It's 2d4. That's it's just another 3.
Eh. It adds up. Okay, Gina, you've been told something's wrong with the professor, and Carmen has also begun to set fire to your buddies.
How far away is Carmen?
From you, about 30 feet.
Oh. There I was thinking I'd have to use feline agility or something. But I'd like to go ahead and consult my repeaters' civility and the discourse as to what they feel the appropriate outcome would be.
Enlighten us then.
Yeah, give me 1 second. That is unfortunate. That's an 18 and a 13.
Okay,
But these are pistols. These are not
Yeah.
big old fancy ship guns. So there's also a 14 in there.
For your third attack.
Yeah.
Akimbo gunslingers. Funnily enough, you said, what was it, 18, 13 out of 14?
Oh, sorry. Add 1 to all of those.
Got it.
Sorry.
Even so, or rather, even if you hadn't added the 1, because Carmen was caught a little off guard here, they all hit.
Oh, okay. Alright. Carmen's about to have a real bad day. Just for the record.
Oh boy.
I hope she likes things that are bright, because this is about to be real radiant-like.
Remember,
Alright, so that's 11.
You still got a crit.
I do. Hang on a second. That's a 7, so we're at 18. Then that's another 7, so that's 25, and then plus 15 is a
40.
number. 40. Yeah. Yeah, so I would like to after having a community discussion with my guns, deliver approximately 40 damage to the appropriate juncture.
You'll have to file that. You know, I'm not even gonna make a joke. You just unleashed a barrage of fire onto Carmen, who is just stumbling back. You can see that beautiful, gorgeous red dress that she's got on, burning away to reveal the armor that she's wearing underneath it.
Damn it.
That armor itself then also burning, scorching, and melting in places. Like, there are sections where you can see she's been hit herself. And this is really, really knocked her down.
What a shame.
Need to check one thing. Was it concentration or not? Yes. So, fun thing. She now needs to make 3 concentration rolls because you hit her 3 times.
Hee.
That's a success. That's another. So that's the first one was a 10, which is just barely a success.
Okay.
Auto fail.
Auto
Ian
fail.
has an auto fail.
Yes.
Auto fail.
Yes.
You
Yes.
remember, you bastards. Alrighty.
Yes.
It's
Um,
Go,
labeled.
Jen.
on the-
Yeah.
On the second blast.
Well done, well done.
With the second shot,
Perfect.
stumbles backwards a bit, and the professor just suddenly blinks, looks around, and just immediately tosses the tools away.
Perfect.
He has clearly been
Yes.
underfed of some sort. And yeah, honestly, you don't need to do anything else because at that point, I mean, no, well, the thing is, ampersand, Ryan, you still get your turns. So,
Right. How
ampersand, you're
close?
first.
How close is she to me?
She's 30 feet away. She misty stepped away.
Okay, so I can get to her with my movement. I'm gonna look at the others. Take the professor and go. And I'm gonna close the distance to her. And I'm gonna do one of those things that players do, where they come up with something to do. I would like to grapple her.
Okay.
And given, we'll start there. I would like to grapple her. I would like to use my automatic success to crit. She probably still gets to roll against it, but I don't know if she'll beat me or not.
Oh, DM's got a crit as
Yeah,
well.
so you're... I was gonna say, I've also got a crit, but what's... let's see, she gets to roll either... Are you using acrobatics or athletics?
I think I have to use athletics, because I'm the
Yeah, no, that's
initiator.
right, grapple. It's opposed to athletics, so... she is definitely gonna oppose you with acrobatics. And this is where I'm also gonna use my crit to give her a total of 25.
I can't beat that, not even with my crit.
I'm so sorry. I've got
It's
one
okay.
left. This is my last chance to use it.
No, yeah, you're right, you're right.
You
So Ampersand
rush
is trying... Sorry.
Mhm. Yeah,
The
you
plan
rush up and
was,
you're
I
trying
would...
so hard to hold her, but she's really slippery. Despite being just like scorched and smoking in a few places, she
It's all the
managed to evade a full grasp. Yeah, it's the blood. It makes her slippery. What were you trying to do, though? Just for my theater mind here.
The attempt was that I was trying to wrap to just slurp out of all of my clothing and armor with my bare body, and I was just going to wrap my entire form around her head and try to suffocate her.
Oh dang,
Going for
that's
the old,
grim.
going for the G cube. Going G cube.
That's nasty, but yeah, no. Not in this case, so yes. Oh, we're out of crits. Sorry about that. Ryan, you got one last turn.
Is it whose turn? Sorry. I was distracted by saying Gina has a crit. Whose turn is it?
It is your turn, Ryan.
All right. And I had Misty stepped up to where the lady in red was originally. How close am I to the professor?
The professor is only about like 15 feet away from you.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to him and say, good job staying alive, buddy. I'm picking him up, and I'm gonna Misty step and then use the rest of my movement to get 45 feet toward our ship.
Okay. You're moving at half speed, mind you, 'cause you're carrying someone, but either way, like, you pick him up. He hangs on, just goes, that woman did something to my mind!
Yeah, we undone it, though.
Oh, thank you. Get rid of her.
I'm gonna keep booking it toward the ship.
She, on hearing this, has this lovely little ability called flash grenades, which she uses and basically just drops a bunch of flash grenades, and the moment they go off, she's gone. You can see the ramp of the Vorga closing as she's just running up it. The dress, what little tatters of it have been left behind, is just left flaming on the ground. She's outmatched, and she's realized it, and she's not sticking around to get burned. However, well, basically the flash grenades do have the consequence of the whole platform suddenly rumbling a bit to life, cracks racing their way up the cavern walls. There's a hideous squelch, and a thick sludge starts to seep out from the asteroid, coalescing into a gargantuan ooze that's coming together in front of you. You've all heard stories of asteroid oozes. Now you're seeing one, and it's about to swallow all of you. You can hear Cal's voice now ringing out from the loudspeaker saying, "Please get on the ship. Please bring the professor, whose presence I have detected. Welcome back, Professor. All systems ready to depart. ASAP, please."
I would like to, in mobile form, start striding over to the ship, but looking up at the Vorga, and from the fandelier, pull a small piece of iron, and then both fingertips glowing, just like sort of like, looks like a welding lights, as I just squeeze a small piece of iron and then cast hold ship on the Vorga.
That's nasty.
Boom. They needs to make, the engineer, if there is one, needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
What's it gotta be?
It is a DC 15.
That ship, for the moment, does not seem to be moving. The professor, by the way, is now yelling at all of you, just like, "Get on the ship! Get on the ship! I want to survive here!" Cal, fire up the engines!
We move. Move it.
Jetpack activated.
So, Jackson flying back in. Ryan, you're carrying the professor.
Ampersand activates the last charge on their jump device, which basically creates miniature black holes, and slips through and manages to get on the ship in time before the doors close.
Yep.
I'm sticking into the pilot seat.
And I'll need you to make one last piloting check.
18?
That will, in fact, do it. You hop in, the engines are ready, you hit the throttle. The hangar bay doors are not fully open. It doesn't matter. It's time to get out or get engulfed by an asteroid ooze. You bust through them. You know the front of the ship is going to need a little bit of new paint, perhaps a little more. You bust on out of
You
there.
wanted to ram something.
Yeah, there you go. You got to ram something.
There you go.
I'm not going to bother rolling damage for that because it is, at this point, irrelevant. The Vorga is staying behind in the hangar due to Sebastian pulling out quite the nasty trick. Whether or not they make it out, who knows? That is another adventure. The professor himself breathed a few sighs of relief and then just sort of, well, you've rescued me. You've rescued the prototype. And I believe compliments and perhaps some extra pay are in order. You have my gratitude. And probably the gratitude of many others. They had nasty aspirations. The NTO are not an organization to be trifled with. We'll have time to talk about that as we make our way to Port Nomad, won't we? Thank you all so much. I'm going to sleep for a few hours. Cal, dim the lights. My favorite music, please. And he just like immediately collapses backwards into the couch, falls over, and begins to just sleep peacefully for the first time since you've met him. And as you sit in your seats, as you cruise back towards Port Nomad, that is where we fade out, staring into the void of space and whatever lies beyond and what lies in wait next.
Yay.
Eh.
What?
Thank you all so
What
much
a-
for joining. Before we do anything else, I'm just going to hand over real quick to Bailey because I remember you are
Sup?
under time pressure.
Yeah, a little bit.
So,
Hi, sup? I'm Bailey Wolf. I'm a professional voice actor. It has been an honor playing with all of you. You're all awesome, and we had so many great moments. I'm sorry I shot all the things. That was maybe a little excessive.
That was your
Shut
job.
the thing!
Don't apologize.
That was always how this was gonna go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I so rarely get to shoot all the things, so I get pretty excited about that. Anyway, have a great night, or day, or time of anything. So yeah, I stream Monday through Fridays, 5 to 9 p.m. Central, which is 22 UTC, I think. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. I have cats.
you have to go. Ciao.
Bye. Awesome.
All right.
Oh, that
For the
was
rest of us, we
good.
have a few minutes before we have to talk. So, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from the cast. I mean, I've already been talking in the tunnel about how much I love this and want to keep playing this and have so many ideas based on Dark Matter. But, like, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on everything? I know we've been playing a somewhat condensed version of Conspiracy in the Stars because we did have to kind of keep it to a set number of episodes. So there are a couple of things like the space combat. I went real rules light on you, also because I hate number crunching. But what do you think?
So much fun.
Who wants to go? Who
Yeah.
wants to go?
I love the setting. I really, really enjoy the channeler class. Like a lot. I'm bummed to not continue playing the channeler class because it's just super, super cool. And yeah.
Same for the Gadgeteer class. There are so many things, so many abilities and proficiencies and things that I didn't even get to use that I really wanted to try out. You know, I have a laser sword. I didn't even use a laser sword once.
I'm really
That's
sad about
criminal.
We never got
You
to
didn't-
see it.
I barely got to squeeze in the jetpack.
That
Sorry.
whole ship at the end. Oh my goodness. What a power play.
I didn't even know the whole ship was a freaking spell.
Yep, third level.
That was
When we
awesome.
leveled up, I saw it as one of the mega spells. I was like, level 3, hold ship. That's why I was going, Cal, tell me when we're in within 5,000 feet. Because I was like, you're going nowhere if I can catch you. But I was like, you're not getting off this asteroid. You're going to get sucked in with that ooze.
I
Oh,
was super
so I-
excited when I saw the Amoeboid class when we were starting this up. The Amoeboid race. I was like, oh, a goo person who can shapeshift and is amorphous and is like doesn't really have a gender. That's everything I've ever wanted to be in real life. I was so hyped. I'm gonna play that race again numerous times. It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, God, I love the species in Dark Matter. One of the things I'm dead set on doing at some point is either playing or either playing a Scathari or having a Scathari NPC, because the whole concept of that race is just so. I want this. I want this so much, and even looking through Conspiracy, I hope we're all backing the Kickstarter because then you'll get this when it comes out. But seriously, the number of permutations and possibilities, like there are aspects of this that we never even mentioned or touched on, and that's not
We have
even
only
due to
scratched
our
the surface.
yeah. And the thing is, that's not even just due to our time constraint. Like you can go, and in some cases you might go just in a very direct manner. In some cases you might meander a bit, but there are always so many different things you can do. And I don't think there even is a way to play through the entire thing and touch on everything in it. You would have to play it several times to see all the different variations. And I love that. There's so much replayability in this. Am I going to play this again? Fuck yes. Hell yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
yeah,
really
look at me,
enjoyed it.
I'm excited. Yeah.
I was like, coming into the game, I was thinking, is it just going to be like D&D in space? Is it still going to but it actually, I was really pleasantly surprised that it felt fully science fiction. It went away from that sort of like, it didn't feel like you were trapped in D&D. This is down to you mostly, but you created a science fiction setting for us, which felt like,
Yes.
it felt like we're at this kind of like end of some like galaxy arm, shoddy rundown port that's run by a dodgy security guard, and we were like on this job. It was a shady job, but you brought it to life, and hats off to you for like
Yes.
bringing us into your game. It was
Mhm.
really good, and it felt sci-fi. And I got to play a robot dad, and it was all my reckless children. But yeah, it was
Next time, put them all on
abso-
leash.
you can't. No, you can't. You know, they've all got their own agendas. You know, I mean, set boundaries like no ramming, no ramming.
No, you
Just
can't
when
keep
you're
the
not
space
looking.
runner.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's.
but
I
yeah,
will have to say,
I really enjoyed it.
a fair amount of the credit for just the setting of this particular adventure does go to the writers. So Jonathan Fry, Mackenzie Darmas, Charlie, and I keep forgetting the last name. I'm so sorry, but you can
Isn't
find
it
it
Gabe?
over on WebDM. No. Gabe is working on the 100 to Oni. That's the
Oh, my bad.
expansion. Yeah, there's a lot of good names involved, but this one is. Hang on, I'm just gonna look this up and then get back to it. But I will say, I tried to add some of my own touches to this, but for a large part of it, I did stick to what was written there. And as you just said, it delivers just on that writing alone, and I'm really happy about that. Where are we? Yes, Simon. God, I'm gonna butcher this last name. Simon Goodreal, Wandering DM. You can find him as Wandering DM. Brilliant, wonderful. Uh, on that channel, you can also find a really good Dragon Age RPG, but that's a whole other matter. Yeah, I'm sorry, by the way, for the loud, creaky chair. This is like, faux leather, so it does that. Every time I inhale, even, it makes noise. I hate this. That's what we live with. But yeah, and yeah, like you said, I really enjoy that it feels like a proper own sci-fi setting rather than let's just take
Yeah.
what we know and rename it. This is
Yeah.
really, it is a full setting rework. It gives you so much to work with that there's so many ideas and inspiration. Like the Nautilids alone, like, oh god, I want to work with the Nautilids. I want to do more with that. And the whole historic bond between the Vect and the elves, and yeah, honestly, I cannot recommend Dark Matter enough at this point. If you want to just play cool sci-fi RPG, and obviously, being 5e based, it is heavy on the combat, but there's so much to it. There's so much to it. So one more round, by the way, because we have to hand over to Colt soon, and I will also have to mention a couple of other things. So let's go once more around the table. Everyone, shout yourselves out what you're doing, what you're working on, where we can find you, and also, if you can, give me your favorite moment from this short adventure. So, Emilio, let's have you first.
Yeah, hey everybody, thank you so much. This was so much fun. I don't know if I mentioned this ever, but this was actually my first time streaming an RPG like this. So
Oh wow!
this was amazing intro to this whole world. I have a YouTube show called Let's Roll Characters. It's myself and my friend Christian, and we roll characters for role-playing games. We roll the dice to figure out all of their background information and characteristics, and then come up with a backstory for them. We have a lot of guests on. We showcase lots of different interesting work, like the Dark Matter setting and others. And so if you can tune into that on YouTube, that would be awesome. But I actually think I'm probably going to be doing more streaming in the near future because this is very addictive. So this is so much fun. Thank you, everybody. Let's Roll Characters. I'll put a link in the in that. Thank you all.
Please do. I would love to see you stream more games. I wouldn't have guessed it was your first time. You did a great job. Jen, I know this wasn't your first time, so...
But it was awesome, and I'm actually really sad because I really love this group, and I just thought this group just gelled really well, and I just enjoyed this so much. I would play with any of you and all of you again anytime. Yeah, my favorite moment, I mean, it's really hard to pick other than the fact that I love Diller. So the introduction of Diller was fantastic. I think that clutch hold ship move at the end is what's capturing my imagination right now because that was friggin' awesome.
Bright face on that.
I think just sort of find me. You can see me on Friends Who Roll Dice on Monday and Tuesday nights at 6. I'm actually on the 16th of September, most likely, unless we have to delay a week. I'm starting a Monster Hearts campaign that I am emceeing. I'm super, super excited about that. I love that system, and the players are so cool, and I'm so happy. This weekend, there's EncounterCon, which I'm super, super excited for too, and I'm going to be in a meat grinder on Saturday, and we're going to be in a game together on Sunday, and I'm so excited. I'm also DMing a fundraiser for Extra Life on Saturday from 7 to 10 Eastern time, and we're doing For the Honor, Mount Shira. But it's going to be super fun and raising money to help kids. So a better cause.
No copyrights were harmed in making that game.
Nope.
Evan, give us a real quick
Hi.
Time. Yeah.
Sure, super quick. I'm at Moldy_nerd on Twitter and Twitch. I stream a bit of D&D on Fridays. I'm really in love with the Free League games, RPGs, Tales from the Loop, Things from the Flood, and the Alien RPG. I'm going to be streaming those. I think my favorite moment, there were so many good scenes from the series, so many good scenes. What I really, really liked, the second bar scene, like with the gambling, Gina at the bar. Loads of us were all involved in that scene. There was the cheat from Ryan. There was Jackson like knocking over the floating there. There was a lot going on. It was a really good kind of like great scene. I'd also like to say this is my first time being on Encounter Roleplay. It's been such a great experience. The tech team, superb. The productions has been so good. So thank you so much for making it a really good experience. And I'm looking forward to being on Gamescom this Sunday. Atlantis Call from Cthulhu. So yeah. So yeah, and thanks everyone. And thanks chat. You've been awesome. That's me.
And thank you for being part of this game. Celeste, this is surely not the last
Hi.
we've seen of you.
Oh no, absolutely not. Celeste PLS with way too many underscores on Twitter. Celeste Shepherd here on Twitch. Shout out to the tech. Shout out to Encounter Roleplay. Shout out to DM. She did a bang up job with this. It was great. Every other Sunday, you can catch me on the Killer GM's channel playing Masks. You can see me here this weekend, probably getting killed, probably being high on painkillers because I'm about to have my teeth taken out. Great time. Loved it here. Loved being a goo person. Loved having tentacles. Great. That's me.
That is the
That's
quickest
the best
outro I've
outro.
ever seen. That's awesome. I hope everything goes well for your teeth. As for myself, I am Balrog 1911. I'm Diane. Well, I should have done that in the other order. I'm Diane, Balrog 1911 everywhere. You will see me this weekend on EncounterCon, which I'm going to hype because we are basically having an entire weekend of just games. On Saturday, there's one of them is going to be a Fey grinder, aka a meat grinder with Fey themes, because of course it is, because Lydia's involved. That will be raising money. I think that will be raising money for Thrive DC, which is an organization that helps homeless people in Washington DC area. So please tune in. We are raising money for that, and as always, our meat grinders are always raising money for charity. We keep none of that for ourselves. And on Sunday, yes, you can see me in the Terror RPG because it's the Terror RPG, and I'm gonna have so much fun with it.
Whoa!
And
Where was that
yeah,
voice in this?
that's what I throw out sometimes. And
Hairs
yes,
on end.
thanks. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Coming up on Wednesdays next month is going to be one-shot Wednesdays, where we showcase a new system every Wednesday. I know I'm going overtime. I'm so sorry, Tech. But yeah, one-shot Wednesdays are coming up, so every week it's a new system, a new one-shot to showcase different things, different games, different players. We'd love to have you continue to watch. And as for where you can find me, like I said, you'll find me on Sunday here at the Terror RPG EncounterCon game. And you will find me coming up for the foreseeable future every other Thursday on the Lawful Geek channel playing Shadowrun, for which I'm currently building a character because I've never played Shadowrun before, and I'm really psyched about putting together a rigger. So yeah, we'll see. That is it. Thank you everyone for sticking with us. Shout out also to everybody who's watching this on YouTube. If you've made it this far, please tell us also your favorite comments, your thoughts on Dark Matter. Just talk to us. We love hearing from you. We want to love you as well. I've had a blast. I'm going to hand over to the next tunnel because we've got Cult Divinity Lost coming up. Get your spooks on if you want. Of course, we've got content warnings running through the chat for that. I love all of you. I love my cast. Here's to seeing each other more in the future.